Thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's so good to see you, Janice. I'm currently on my New York trip, and I tried out some Smoky makeup. Since I'm in New York, I wanted to glam it up. So instead of my usual makeup, I tried this bolder look. If you've been wanting to try a dark, smoky makeup look, I think this would be a great one to follow along with. Let's get started right away. Voila! Alright, let's start the makeup. I just ate and brushed my teeth, so my mouth area is dry. I'll just apply some cream around my mouth. I already did my skincare before breakfast. Sunscreen, SKIN 1004. Hydrating. The sun here is incredibly strong. I wear a visor, but UV rays still come through windows indoors. And since I take my visor off for photos, I'm going for complete and total UV protection. So I apply chemical sunscreen first, but I still feel uneasy even after that. So I'm reapplying sunscreen, but if I use the same product again, it'll get super greasy and start to pill up. So I need to use a different formula. This is Beauty of Joseon's Tinted Sun Serum, which offers coverage. L&100, so I'm applying a sunscreen with coverage. When you're too lazy for a full face of makeup, this is great on its own since it has a bit of coverage. This puff is so cute. Since I brought a mini cushion, it's tiny. I should have brought shade 120, but I grabbed a lighter one. I brought the wrong shade. When the sun's intense, it's better to wear makeup. Without makeup, sunscreen quickly wears off due to skin's natural oils. But if you layer makeup to cover your skin, you won't tan easily. So I actually always wear makeup when I'm outdoors in strong sunlight. Just base makeup, it provides perfect UV defense. With powder, it stays on much better than just sunscreen, so you tan less. And if you apply too much of this, it can really start to pill up. That's true for any product, really. Since I can't apply too much of one thing, I just keep layering different products. For my nose, just leftovers, otherwise it gets cakey. So after one layer, I apply the cushion foundation over it. The cushion has SPF 40, PA++, 21C lingerie. Cushion, apply very thinly. If applied too thick, my skin feels suffocated. It's really hot here. It's over 30 degrees, 32, 34. It's so hot I can only apply a very thin layer. With base first, then cushion, you'll have coverage and use less cushion. This helps apply it thinner. Why obsess over UV protection? I've mentioned this a lot, but for those who don't know, my skin is genetically prone to dark spots. So even a little bit of sun exposure makes my skin react right away. Dark spots appear immediately. It's not fear of tanning, but my extremely delicate skin. And I skip my nose entirely. I'll just use concealer there. If I layered on base cream, cushion, and concealer, it'd get too heavy. Nose skin is thin. Too much makes it cakey fast. As you can see, I'm avoiding my dark circles and nose. For thin areas, I'll just use concealer. That way it won't cake. I'll just add one cushion layer to my cheekbones. I applied too little. I came to New York with my husband. Just in case you're curious, I came to New York to experience the world. I mean, it's such an influential city globally, right? I wanted to come to a big city and kind of study the world. Concealer. Drop B01 Clear Page. Bought at Daiso. It has SPF 30, PA++2. I love it. It's affordable and has UV protection, which I love. I invest most in travel. I do like to travel, but more than that, I've experienced so many times how traveling broadens my horizons. So my husband and I always say, let's travel to many countries and learn about the world. I'll apply a thin layer on my nose, which is why we travel often. The thing is, I'm a bit overly fastidious. I'm quite particular, even overly sensitive. I don't want to be like this, I really don't. But ever since I was little, I've been super neat. It's an exhausting way to be. I'm such a high-strung person, travel is truly tough for me. I can't sleep well anywhere but my own home, and using a bathroom I haven't cleaned is really hard. For me, merely spending a few days in a space I haven't meticulously cleaned myself presents an immense challenge. It's really tough. I wish I could just let it go, but I never could, even as a kid. It worsened as an adult. When I travel, I just want to go home. Yet, once I travel, it's great, happy, and I learn much, but I still want to sleep and live in my own home. I'm always struggling. But what can I do? I can't just live at home. How can you learn about the world from home? So, despite the hardship, I travel with gratitude. People who sleep anywhere, bothered by nothing. That kind of personality or disposition? I'm so jealous. I don't know why I'm so sensitive. Still, I slept pretty well, despite being exhausted, and I think my sensitivity actually helps my makeup. I've concealed my nose. Now I'll fold the puff and apply it under my eyes, too. Normally I use a brush, but I'm not home, so I'll use a puff. For my nose, using a puff is too awkward. It gets product everywhere, so I used a brush. This size is good. For under my eyes, I'm just being lazy. It's easy to apply, perfect size. My under eyes are too dark, so I'll go over them once. Next, the bluish parts on your face? It's really blue right here. I'll cover this with a peach color. It's a peach color like this. For this New York trip, I'm here for 10 days. I made time for it. I'll experience New York for 10 days. You can really see the hollows under my eyes, right? I need to cover this up with a brighter color, so I brought this specific one. Holika Holika Cream Ivory. It's really light, so I put some on my hand. I don't dip the brush directly in to keep it clean. I'll just dab a bit. This concealer brush is from Daiso. It's double-sided. One side covers wide areas, the other, a fine brush, works for under-eye hollows and blemishes. But if it's double-sided, I really wish it had a cap. When I put it in my brush holder, this side touches the bottom, which is a bit inconvenient. So I'm not using this side. I can just fold the puff in half like this, so I just don't use it. So I only use this fine brush. I apply the light color like this. Philomilli also sells one in this shape. I bought that one too. Just for comparison, this fine-tipped brush is great. This side is just okay. The fine-tipped brush is great. This helps hide the under-eye hollows, which show up a lot in photos. So I cover them up, or I'll look instantly tired. Then with a puff, just gently pat, pat, pat. So I've covered it like this. Next, for blemish cover, I'll use the clear beige color I used earlier on a fine-tipped brush. When traveling, I cover roughly. It's a hassle. But the good thing is this concealer has UV protection. I use this to cover dark spots and sunspots, so it's great because this area gets solid UV protection. They won't get darker. Concealer is a holy grail. Alright, the coverage is done. Now for the neck tone-up. Lately, I'm not a huge fan of toning up, but for strong sun, this tone-up cream is great. I brought the Innisfree Tone-Up No Sebum Sunscreen in pink, and since it's a no sebum formula, because it dries to a matte finish, it's just perfect for applying on my neck. So I highly recommend it for neck tone-up. It's great for the face if you like a matte look, but I mainly use it on my neck. And they come in beige and purple as well, so I personally use all three, matching them to my skin tone. If you just want to tone up, this pink is enough. Items with coverage, like cushions, transfer onto clothes easily. This is the tinted sunscreen I applied earlier. I don't usually put cushion on my neck. Matte tone-up creams like this are really long-lasting. So my neck doesn't tan easily, and it's obvious when it's worn off. That means you can be more mindful of your UV protection. That's precisely why I absolutely adore putting tone-up cream on my neck. If tone-up isn't your thing, try a matte sunscreen. I'll show it to you here. It's a Make PREM product, and I actually brought it with me today for my body. It gets really matte, making it great for your neck. Your ears get tanned too. I'll use the leftover amount on my ears. In Korea, I use a parasol and a sun visor, but nobody uses a parasol in New York, so I don't use one here because it would stand out. My ears and neck are exposed, so I apply it thoroughly. And my scalp? I'll show you. Sun exposure on the scalp causes hair loss and is really bad. And I'll wipe off the puff like this. For my blusher today, I'm going to use a mauve gray color. It's called Moru Chaltok. Since I'm in New York, I want a cool, hip, hot look. But the blush still gives the lovely touch. It really suits the look. A cool, semi-smoky eye goes so well with mauve or pink blush. A bit of a mix match. I'm wearing a bit heavier makeup here in New York. I find it so much fun to match the mood of the country I'm in. Since I'm traveling for 10 days, doing makeup every day sounds exhausting, so I'll probably do it today and skip the next few. Okay, done. No time for details today, it's too much work. When traveling, good photos are all that matters, so no details at all. And powder! Here, powder's essential. It's so hot, you need powder. Oh, and I actually bought my brushes in a container. My usual brush pouch does have a slot for them, but I found it a little inconvenient to use. So I just brought them in this brush holder so I can grab them right off my vanity. This one from Picasso Collezioni is truly amazing. Most of the brushes I brought with me are from TAG. Thanks to TAG for gifting me all these products. I brought them because I have a lot of TAG products, and I thought they'd be good as travel brushes. First, they're affordable, making them great for travel. You don't want to lose something pricey. They're reliable, budget-friendly. It's so hot, powder's a must. I brought the About Tone Cool Fair. I love how many skin tones it offers. Today, I'm just going to do it really quickly, very roughly. I focused on the center. Next, outer contouring is essential. When I travel, I usually don't bother contouring the outer parts of my face. But when it's really hot and your hair sticks to your face, ugh, I hate that. So I need to achieve a matte finish, but rather than just applying powder, I'd rather look even prettier, so I combine the powder with contour. This lets me contour and powder all at once. My face gets more dimension and a matte finish, making it essential for this trip. Hair won't stick, and it's soft, which is great, but avoid if you sweat a lot. If you sweat a lot, you can really see where it's wiped off. For them, it's better to apply nothing. Just put on sunscreen, and if you sweat on the outer parts, just wipe and reapply with a sun cushion. Or just reapply your cushion. For a deep makeup look, facial contouring helps it fit better. If your face looks too flat, the makeup won't look right. That's why I'm adding a lot of contour. You have to frame the outer edges with shadow. Since I can't use many brushes when traveling, I use just one for powder and contour. The contouring smudged my coverage a bit, but I'll ignore it for now and fix it at the very end. Next, I'll contour my nose, just with shading. The TAG set lacked a bullet brush for nose contouring. Well, they have one, but it's way too big, so I bought this smaller brush from Daiso as an extra. It's the palette 17. The size is perfect. The color is natural and soft. Contour needs to be distinct. That way, it won't look awkward with heavy eyeshadow. For heavy makeup, contouring is key. The darker your eye makeup, the more prominent your contour should be. This contour is modern. Its subtle ash tone is very natural. Then I'll use TAG's angled contour brush, applying a lot to my glabella. When held upright, it applies thinly. I'll use it to define my nose tip. My application is pretty rough today, isn't it? I'm just doing it quickly. As long as the photos are good, that's all that matters. I'm traveling alone. No one will see my face up close. So I'm just doing it roughly. If my under eyes get too shiny, my eye makeup will smudge. So I'll lightly powder under my eyes, just a touch. Too much settled into wrinkles. For eyebrows, I brought Peri Terra. It takes up the least space. I'll create an arch, making them thin but with a heavy, strong definition. The eye makeup is the main point, and if my eyebrows are too thick, it can look stuffy. I'll keep them pretty thin. My face is short, so if my brows get even a little thicker, it tends to look really heavy. Face looks shorter, so I like thin designs. Drew it on carelessly. It's fine. And for eyeshadow, ta-da! BBIA's Cool Gray. Isn't this color pretty? This is it. This was the exact color I wanted. I've been dying to do a semi-smoky look with this red-free ashy tone. So cool. This light color. Just swipe. Oh wait, can't use this. I brought something else. Not this. I brought a liquid product like Javin de Sol Eye Primer. That one comes in many colors too. I'm going to apply this first to create some depth. I have to apply this before the eyeshadow. Products like this can be applied more thinly and deliver a more intense color payoff, making them perfect when you want to achieve a lot of depth in your makeup. This liquid product, you have to pat it in on this side, otherwise it can clump with your base makeup. Apply all over the lid, then gently pat upwards. That way it's lighter at the top, creating a gradient. Since I'm in New York, I'll go bold. Just the top, not the lower lash line. Eyeshadow is enough for the under eye. With this down, no base needed. Remember the brush I used for nose contouring? I'll use that shade, but this time very gently apply it to the outer corner. Otherwise, it can get really patchy. I'll leave the center of the lid blank and add more depth to the inner and outer corners. I'll carve out the inner corner like this to make my eyes look more three-dimensional. Looks more dimensional. gently. So pretty. These are the colors I wanted. For the upper part, I'll gently blend it out, just to remove the harsh edge. It has shimmer. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. I'll swipe this shimmer on the lowest part. Use the leftover to blend upward. Oh, pretty, pretty. Pretty. I was quite tired of only light makeup lately. It feels so refreshing and good to pack on the shadows, but my eyes did get a bit tired. I wore heavier makeup for 2 days straight, and by the evening my eyes felt pretty strained. It would be perfect for evening plans. Now for the eyeliner brush from TAG. I'll use the darkest color. Dark shades can have a lot of fallout. If you tap it on a tissue a few times, there's no fallout. I'll draw a line with this. This eyeliner brush is great. It's super flat, which makes it easy to draw with, and I'll wing the tail upwards like this. Oh, then with more product, I'll apply it just to the lower lash line, you know? I'll apply it right here, just a thin line right on the lash line. If you apply it too heavily and all the way down, it'll just look like your makeup has smudged. It shouldn't get down here like this. I'll just wipe this part off and apply it only to the lash line up to here. Then, if you extend this back part straight out, it makes your eyes look more open. I'll extend it straight out, coloring it broadly when I apply it. But you guys, you know that magic sealer? I should have brought it, but I totally forgot. And oh, it's so essential. If you do intense makeup like this, you must use it. After eye makeup, you must apply it all around your eyes. I did not bring it, and for 2 nights I had panda eyes. It all smudged. My husband even said I looked so tired. I should have brought it, so you guys should definitely make sure to use it. Heavy makeup smudges easily, so use a magic sealer. Draw a line straight across, and then just extend it outwards, like this. Then your eyes won't feel heavy. If you just follow your eye shape, it'll look really blocked and stuffy. At the very end, it just extends out to the side. It makes your eyes look wide open. It's very important. Next, the eyeliner. This is charcoal brown. It lasts well. I'll use it to draw a sharp line. A bullet brush. Let's mix these two. I'll lightly smudge it under my eyes with faint colors. If you just draw a line, it doesn't extend downwards, so I'm smudging it out to extend it further down, like this. What's really important is that I've already applied a thin, dark line right along the lash line, and then I'm smudging it out with a lighter color. This creates a gradient around the eye, which adds more depth. If you darken the whole under eye area without a gradient, you'll just end up looking like a panda. So you draw a thin line first, then smudge it out underneath with a lighter color. This gradient is what creates the sense of depth. I kind of look like Jack Sparrow, though. Or Toshio. No, it's pretty. Always challenge yourself. Since the upper part of my eye looks too light, I'm going to apply a deep shade to the front part, and then deepen the color slightly more directly above the eyeliner. Then just blend it with a bullet brush. Curler. I'll also tightline my waterline. After tightlining the waterline, you're supposed to apply mascara, aren't you? But I really like this mascara, the Curl Fix. It thickens my lashes, which I love, but I usually apply a mascara primer beforehand. But I forgot my mascara primer for this trip, and it really reminded me how important it is. If your mascara smudges, use a clear mascara or primer. I applied mascara without it, and oh my, within 30 minutes of doing my makeup, my under eyes smudged shortly after. I was so shocked. It truly reminded me of primer's importance, so I was grateful. Since I don't have it for this trip, I'll just skip mascara. I'm just going to apply false eyelashes. I'm going to alternate between these two. First this one, then this. And if you stick them on too closely, your eyes will really hurt and look heavy. Just leave a gap of about 2 millimeters as you apply them. At the very end, I'll put the Filamilli lash on the outer corner, and then next to it, the Kakompak 11 millimeter. And then another Filamilli. The Filamilli is 9 millimeter, and the Kakompak I use is 11 millimeter. When you vary their lengths, the irregular look is actually prettier. And if they're too close to the waterline, eyes tire easily, so I avoid it. Then, for the very front, I'll use the Compact 9 millimeter. These lashes are thick, so they stand out without mascara. I like that. Okay, all done. My eyes feel much better without mascara. Next, the highlighter. This one's the Chunsa D Dream. I'll be using a brighter shade. Then, to highlight the bridge of my nose, I'll take a small brush and apply highlighter to the inner corners of my eyes. Doing this under the brow bone makes your eyes look deeper. The eye socket appears more defined. I don't usually wear contacts when I go out, but I put them in to really complete the makeup look. Should I add a bit more coverage? Next, lips. This one's pretty. It's Entropy's Sangria. This kind of color. Let's do the lip liner first. This is Fui's Reset. It's a nice beige color to use as a base. This sangria color is pretty. It really suits the gray. And I'll add a little blusher here to fill in this empty space. Just pat, pat, pat on the blusher. Okay, that's done. I'll let my hair down for photos, but since it's so hot, I'll bring a claw clip. Oh, my hair. I have choppy bangs, but I want to pull them back here. I feel like having my bangs down makes the style look a little too cute. I want to look hot here, so I'm pushing my bangs up. But short bangs are hard to style that way. So I bought a bunch of these headbands for this trip. I got this one from Subdued. And in the summer, a headband like this is so refreshing. Should I cover my ears like this? Like this. And I already got dressed. I layered 2 sleeveless tops. This one's by Varisi, and I actually got this other one at Zara. Let's brush my hair. I'm skipping the straightener, it's too much hassle. I'll take off my cardigan for photos, so I'm applying sunscreen. This Make P-Rem sunscreen's the maddest I've tried. No matter how much they say, oh, this one is refreshing, this one isn't sticky, but if I apply as much as I normally do, it really does get sticky. But this one is truly matte, the most matte I found. I'll wear a cardigan due to the sun, but I'm applying sunscreen for photos. They often have buy one, get one deals. I seriously recommend this for body sunscreen. And if you need a recommendation for a sunstick to reapply sunscreen outside, where is it? Here it is, KAHI. It's truly matte. I really searched for a matte sunstick. For my body, it absolutely has to be matte. So I tested many at Olive Young, and they all feel refreshing. It's not sticky, but it is. This is really matte. This is also the most matte I've used. Oh, it's so matte, so matte. It's good for both your face and body. I got this during a BOGO sale. Will they have the BOGO sale again? It seems to have a magnet inside. It just snaps back automatically. So handy. This matte sunstick is a must-have. I brought 2 sunglasses and 1 pair of glasses. I wore these yesterday. These are Chimmy sunglasses. No, Chimmy glasses. The glasses are fine, but my eyelashes touch these glasses too much. So when I wear these, I can't wear false lashes. No curler either. Wear them without touching your lashes. Got these at Jura Optique, a vintage shop in Seongsu. 30,000 won. Pretty, right? Perfect. Next, I have another pair. Ray-Bans. Pretty, right? But since these are brown, I'll use the black ones today. I really don't suit sunglasses, but this design works for me. And with this, I'm all set. I love it. So pleased. New York girl. Yes, a New York girl. Well then, everyone, I'm going out shopping now. Thank you all so much for watching today. Check out my Instagram for New York pictures. See you next video. Thanks, my Danies. Thanks.